I've always been a big skeptic, to the extent that unless I can actually see it myself or feel it myself, I don't really understand the science behind it, and being a fairly scientific person, I need to have that understanding. I came across Laura accidentally, to be honest with you. I attended a talk that Laura was giving on behalf of the Chartered Management Institute, and it was all about leadership and coaching and the use of NLP in business. So I thought, yeah, go along for that and see what Laura had to offer, and didn't know it was going to be Laura at the time, obviously. I was really interested in what Laura was actually talking about and everything she was saying about NLP. And I'd come across NLP a little bit in some previous stuff I'd done around contact center management and things, and how to get the best out of a conversation using some NLP. So I had a bit of a rough idea. And then lo and behold, in about 2 weeks after that, one of my colleagues had actually invited Laura in to speak to a small group of supervisors in the control room about identifying stress and how to manage stress. And so, having seen that Laura's first kind of presentation with CMI, there was a lot of different stuff that actually came out in the presentation she did to us about stress management and identifying that. So that really sparked my interest. So from that, I've done a bit of Googling to find Unleash Your Potential Limited. And that's when I booked myself on to my first course, which was the business diploma. You cover quite a lot. Laura's teaching style, if you like, is very good. I find there's a lot of content which is presented in such a way that you can get a lot out of it. And you don't realise until the end of the day how much you've actually taken in, because Laura's style conveys everything to you quite easily. So it was 2 days on the business diploma course, which gave me a lot of tools to take back to work, and again sparked my interest even more then about progressing further and learning more about NLP as a discipline within itself. Well, since I finished the practitioner course, I haven't done as much as I'd like to have done, but what I have done has been quite a revelation to me, to be honest with you. I've used it in two main areas of people I work with. Within Southwest Police, I've used a lot of the techniques to overcome people's self-limiting beliefs, to encourage them to have confidence in a leadership development program which I actually set up for people aspiring for promotion within the control room environment. But outside of work, I've used it with a group of soldiers who wanted to overcome concerns and pressures around presentation skills. And also I've set up what we call the mammoth hunting program for a group of 15, 16-year-olds who hadn't really got on board with studying for their GCSEs. So using a bit of NLP mixed in then with a lot of the skills I actually learned on the prac course, plus some other neuroscience and things, came up with a program to actually help them understand how they learn best and actually apply that so that they actually sat down for once and done some revision for their exams. And two of the guys I'd spoken to and helped through that had never actually had anybody, one, show them what revision was all about, or given them the enthusiasm to actually motivate themselves. And it got to the point where these guys were putting in 2 hours a day, 6 days a week for about 2 months before their exams. And it's all down to NLP. And since the practitioner course, when I had the like to dislike, I chose crisps, which is my downfall. I would regularly come home from work, and whilst dinner was cooking, 2, maybe 3 packets of crisps would be consumed until something was put in front of me to occupy me otherwise. I'd done the like to dislike sub-modality change with Ruth, and couldn't eat crisps for months and months and months. I've had it reinforced recently, but just to put a packet of Walker's crisps in front of me, and I would really see that bowl of gone off dog food that really turned my stomach. And crisps are not good for me. Not anymore. I can't explain why it works. I can't explain how it works, but it works. And not only does it work, it keeps on working. And doesn't matter how much I try, I can't logically explain how it works. But if it can work on a cynic like me, it can work on anybody. Laura puts you at your ease. It's a very informal environment, but the point gets across, and the way she actually explains the technique and goes through it, it's really reassuring. And it's done in such a way that you know you can actually do it yourself afterwards. There's no kind of mysticism or any kind of magic technique to it. The way Laura explains it is in such a way that you can see yourself actually doing it. And I've done switch patterns since my course, and they work. Since I've been on the coaching course, I've applied a lot of the techniques I've learned there. I've done a lot of traditional coaching over the years, particularly in work. One of my roles is to train and develop new supervisors, and I do that using coaching style. Since I've done the NLP course and incorporated some of the techniques from there, my coaching has come on leaps and bounds, to be honest with you. It really makes a difference knowing what techniques have the best results and how to actually use NLP for those positive, not quick fixes, but ways of getting things reinforced more effectively, more rapidly, so people actually get the best out of the coaching time that they have. And that's really helped me a lot. I'm a qualified CMI coach, and having done formal coaching training through work, I found that the NLP input as well is synergistic with both, and putting both disciplines together works really, really well.